Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome. It's a lovely day. It's a great day. Great day to be alive. Great day to do a podcast today. If you guys heard the last podcast episode, it was a banger. I definitely loved it. I loved making it and all that. I feel like I had a lot of great ideas there. It was great, honestly. This one, today, we are talking about how to deal with anxiety. Anxiety is going to be our main topic. What foods to avoid. It's gonna be a little list of food. What do they do to you? And yeah, I'm going to be talking about what I do to help myself, what I do. And honestly, I had anxiety yesterday, and I thought about it and I was like, man, I haven't had anxiety in a while, and then I got it again. And it's been honestly 3-4 months since I haven't had it. What do you guys do for anxiety? What do I do for anxiety? That's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to teach you guys a cool trick I taught myself on TikTok. Well, TikTok taught me how to meditate. Because I always thought, all you do is close your eyes and that's it, and you focus on something. And no, I mean, there's different ways to meditate. Don't get me wrong, but I found the right way to do it. One of them that really feels so amazing, and I'm going to teach you guys that as well. Now, anxiety. What is anxiety? Let's talk about how I first felt anxiety the first time. The first time I felt it was after a car accident in 2011. I almost died. I got ejected out of the freaking not the driver's seat, one of the seats inside the Jeep or Ford Explorer that a guy was driving. I wasn't driving, but whatever. Long story short, I got ejected out of it. I flew out like freaking Superman, and then I landed on a tree. I woke up, and yeah, I was bleeding everywhere. Lots of blood, hospital, lots of crying, lots of, my mom crying, all those things, right? After, I was like, oh, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I even drove the second day out of the hospital. I drove out of there. I was in the worst accident I've ever been in my entire life. The car flipped like 20 times. It was up in the mountains. A lot of shit happened. But I literally drove the next day or the second day. And yeah, I had ribs broken, like 13 ribs, I remember, or something like that. I don't even know how many ribs we got, honestly, but it was a big number. My spleen ruptured. My back I have scars. Let me see. If you guys are on YouTube, I can show you guys the scars on my elbow. Anyways, what happened and how did what happened? I ended up, so I used to play video games. I still do a little bit, not no more as much, but I used to play Call of Duty. I was really good. I went to a Call of Duty tournament, and I was trying to play for money. And I remember my heart and my body, and dude, my heart, I thought I was having a legit heart attack. And I don't get nervous. The only time I would have gotten nervous was talking to a girl or something back then when I was 13 years ago. I was 18, 17, around there. But my heart started freaking, oh my God. I remember it like if I'm there right now. I couldn't breathe. I remember I bought a Gatorade. I started drinking it. Nothing. I couldn't breathe. My chest got tight. My body got numb. All these things happened. And right after that, I ended up leaving. I did play, but I couldn't. I lost because I couldn't perform. Blah, blah, blah. The anxiety went away and I started playing. And I was talking shit to everybody. and then I lost. Anyways, so after I had a relationship with this girl, and I ended up, I had trust issues back then. I had a lot of issues back then. I still have issues now, but I had a bunch of issues where I couldn't trust her. So anytime I thought she was cheating on me, anxiety would come out of nowhere, right? And I didn't know what it was. I thought I legit broke up with her because of this, and I didn't know. I never had anxiety before. I never had before that day, after the car accident and all that. I never had anxiety. Now, if I would have learned what I learned, what I'm about to teach you guys today, back then, I would have definitely have experienced life, way better. I would have had a way more quality of a life back then. Now I'm living great, and still not perfect, but I'm doing way better, and I am where I used to want to be. So one thing that I do for anxiety, um the five senses technique, right? The five senses, your five senses identify five things you can see, four things you can touch, three things you can hear, two things you can smell, and one thing you can taste. And I know when you're going through anxiety, it's literally you versus your brain. I get it. It sucks how, so this is during anxiety. I'm going to teach you guys what to do before to not even experience these things anymore. And when you do, when you are experiencing it, how to be ready for it. Don't freak out. I had a girlfriend told me to, she had a psychiatrist, and she told me, just feel it out. Just sit there and feel it, and until it's gone. Don't start running around like I used to, and don't start, running, trying to keep your heart, beating, and it's not gonna, your heart's not gonna stop. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing wrong is gonna happen. You're okay. But I feel like we are able to control the before part, so we don't have anxiety at all, right? What's anxiety's best friend? Sugar, alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, fruit juices, seltzer waters. With anxiety, you got to watch out what you eat, what you drink. If you're drinking them sugar fruit juices, it's better to substitute it for like something like a seltzer water with a splash of juice instead. Diet soda. I know it says, oh, it has no sugar. It's diet soda, right? It has things in it that causes depression, and it also causes anxiety. So if you didn't know that, all sodas are bad. I don't even drink soda anymore. Caffeine soda, all that. I don't drink none of that. It's bad for you in so many ways besides, all this. Imagine a drink that causes you to be sad. Why would you want to drink it? And it gets you fat, and there's just so many bad things to it. I get it. It's sweet and, whatever. I get it. It's so good, but not, I'm able to control myself. I drink soda maybe once a month, once a year. Seriously, I don't like it. If I do end up drinking an alcoholic beverage, I use soda water now, and I use lime, and I use all this natural stuff and all this good stuff. It makes it taste good. But another thing, one of them that I didn't know that causes anxiety is toast from white bread. The white flour made from whatever it's made from, it quickly turns to blood sugar after you eat it. Something like that. It gets blood sugar. It gets you to spike. Your blood sugar spikes after you eat it. Whole grain is better. Eat whole grain. Don't eat white bread. So, all these things that I used to do is, I used to drink. I didn't smoke cigarettes. I smoked weed, and I smoked cigars back then, and I do still smoke weed sometimes. I smoked last night. I woke up this morning and I had anxiety, like legit. I literally went to the gym last night. I came home. I smoked before bed. I laid down. I was fine. I felt amazing. I woke up this morning, worst freaking feeling ever. So I don't want to smoke tonight. I'm probably gonna kick that one to the side. I'm slowly kicking away bad habits. With every bad habit you kick away, you got to replace it with something healthy. Uh, Kick a vice, or what do I say? I always say, uh, let go of a vice for something nice. Anyways, so whole grain is better. Apparently, light dressings will have an ingredient that causes anxiety and depression. It goes by aspartame, something like that. That's the name of it. It's an artificial sweetener linked to anxiety and depression. I didn't know that. A light dressing that goes in your salads, that literally is supposed to be good for you, and it has this ingredient that will cause anxiety. By the way, if you don't know about food dyes, look them up. Food dyes. I was looking them up a while ago. Apparently, they're made by petroleum. Petroleum is gas. It's literally gas. If you look up, there's a chart I found, and it was how red 40 causes cancer. It causes depression. It causes anxiety. All these dyes and everything cause all these things. I was feeding my kid these dyes, and it'll make kids act up more than they should. So sometimes you're like, why is my kid doing that? Why all this stuff? Why is he acting up? Why is he doing all these things? And it's definitely because of them dyes. You got to be careful. I taught my son about the dyes, and now every time we're out getting groceries, he checks me. He's like, Dad, that has red 40. That has yellow 40, yellow 10, yellow whatever, all those. And I kind of regret teaching him, because I like stuff that has red 40, like hot Cheetos, all these things, Takis, all these things, right? Red 40. And I want to eat them, and then I'm like, dang, I shouldn't eat them. And then he checks me every time he's with me. And then I usually don't like going grocery shopping unless I'm with him. But today I went and I got some chicken, broccoli, and I didn't even get anything bad. I did get some chips, for just like tortilla chips, which are bad for you because all the gluten can cause anxiety as well. Anyways, so many things to look out for, right? But remember, we got to be accountable and understand that everything we're doing it has a price. If you're going to eat something bad, you're going to feel bad. Even though it tastes amazing, I get it. Food is amazing. But honestly, if I could just eat a pill and not worry about food, I'd be okay. And just live life. I would be okay with that on some Spy Kids shit. But anyways, another one. Let's see. It was, so ketchup. That's a huge one. It's mostly tomatoes, right? Well, yes, and sugar. Lots of sugar. 4 grams per tablespoon to be exact. And the light stuff may have artificial sweeteners that could be linked to anxiety and depression as well. Try homemade tomato sauce instead. Want a little kick? Add a bit of cayenne pepper. By the way, my mom always tells us cayenne pepper, the seasoning, it's so good for you. I haven't had heartburn ever since. I've ate it for like 3 months straight. She literally put cayenne pepper on her wound. Yes, her wound. She got a cut and it healed. It hurt a little, she said, but it healed. I don't know. That one sounds crazy, because imagine putting something spicy in a cut. It sounds crazy, but I don't doubt my mom, because she's on TikTok a lot, and she's on that healthy doctor TikTok side of things. And I'm over here on the motivational TikTok side of things. But yeah, cayenne pepper is really good for you. If you guys don't eat it with everything, you should just add it. Literally, you could add it to your tacos, to your cucumbers. Just think about that. You could eat all these healthy things and not have heartburn. And it helps you. It helps you with a lot of things. I promise. Cayenne pepper. Now that we're talking about good stuff as well, do you guys drink turmeric? I'm a huge fan of turmeric. I'm actually out because I drink it all the time, and I also keep my ashwagandha right next to me. This literally says reduce stress and anxiety, and it does so many things for you. It's so good. I have this one, and honestly, I've been feeling really good. Maybe that's why I have an anxiety. I should take some right now. But yeah, what pills are you guys taking? Think about your medicines, your pills, your vitamin D's, your all that stuff, right? Okay, so coffee. I know you guys love coffee. If you're not used to it, the caffeine in it can make you jittery and nervous. It could also mess up your sleep. Neither helps anxiety or depression. Caffeine withdrawals can make you feel bad too. If you think sugar or artificial sweeteners too, drink water if you're thirsty. Want a sugar hit? Eat a piece of fruit. Piece of fruit actually has caffeine in it too. Apples, natural caffeine. Alcohol, even a little, can mess up your sleep. Not enough rest can raise anxiety and cause depression. Too many Z's can cause even more problems. That said, a drink calm your nerves and make you more sociable. That can be good for your mental health. The key is dosage. So for me, it has a specific amount that you should be drinking. If you are gonna drink, it says a drink a day for women, two a day for men is the limit. I did that literally last like 2 days ago. I drank 2 drinks and I stopped. Not because I saw this, because I feel like, if you're gonna drink, if you drink and you can't stop, don't drink. You shouldn't be drinking. Uh, but if you could control yourself and you could stop after a while, keep going. I honestly I felt amazing when I did drink, and then I used. It's funny because before I even looked up all these things, I was using this sweetener, and it was like a grenadine type of thing. It was cherry or something. It said no sugar, and my joints started hurting, and all my legs started hurting, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I usually drink this and it doesn't hurt, but alcohol can hurt your joints sometimes too. Alcohol is a big no unless you drink it once in a while like I do. I don't really need it in life, but it's fun sometimes. I feel like I don't have a problem doing it. I could go a whole year again. I've gone a whole year without drinking. I feel like I proved myself, and I could do it all over again if I wanted to. Another thing, frosting. It's the sugar, right? Well, yes, but that's not all. It's also loaded with around 2 grams of trans fat per serving. Jesus, that does not sound good. They're linked to depression, sometimes called partially hydrogenated oils. They're also in fried foods, pizza dough, cakes, cookies, and crackers. Check your labels. If you do eat fat, make it the good kind you get from foods like fish, olive oil, nuts, and avocado. Those can lift your moods. And I agree. I always be eating the, peanut butter is a bad one because there's more fat in it than protein, because that's my goal right now. I need to eat protein. And then, the good fats are really good for you. I've been fish oil pills always. Olive oil, make sure you're cooking with the right olive oil. Look it up. If you don't have a notebook with you or your phone with you to write all these things down, I would recommend it. Remember, we're making goals, and we're making, we're making health our priority because we have our priorities straight. Right after last episode, we should have our priorities straight. We should have some goals, even if it's something, even if you don't know what to do, make your goals about. Just who was it? I think it was Steve Harvey said, write down 100 goals and write down 100 ways you're going to accomplish them, and do it. But yeah. Anyways, soy sauce. This one is only for people who are sensitive to gluten. In addition to breads, noodles, and pastries, it's also in prepackaged foods like soy sauce. If you're sensitive to gluten, it can cause anxiety or depression. It can also make you feel sluggish and not at your best. Check labels and try to steer clear. A big one, processed foods, fast food, all that. Like if you eat lots of processed meat, fried foods, refined cereals. A huge one for me is cereals. I legit don't eat cereals anymore. Cereals are so bad for you. I legit, I'm not even kidding. I don't understand why there's a whole aisle of cereal. It's so bad for you. Literally, even the healthy kinds are bad for you. And if you are gonna eat it, look at the serving size in the back of the freaking box, and you're not gonna want to eat anymore because it's not enough. I used to eat a lot of it. I'm talking about like 2-3 bowls of it, plus sugar on top, plus Nesquik, strawberry Nesquik, plus banana or something like that, right? Which is fine in moderation, but honestly, cereal is a huge one. I don't eat cereal. I don't drink soda. When I do eat fast food, it's once in a month, once or twice in a month, or whenever. I have a job where sometimes we work late, so I have to go eat something real quick. But fortunately, I know how to cook, so I get home and I cook my healthy stuff. But when I don't, I do eat like McDonald's and stuff like that. But I only eat a little bit of it. If I order fries, I order the small fries. And I get a large water with a cheeseburger or a double cheeseburger and maybe like the chicken nuggets. Something small, literally small. Don't eat too much of that stuff. It's bad for you. But once in a while, it's cool because, you know, if you're a busy person, a busy parent, you're going to want to eat fast. Then I get it. Go eat it, you know. But you could also be a self-accountable person and, you know, make yourself lunch before and try to, you know, manage everything in your life and just eat healthy and stuff. Get your fruits, get your veggies, get your vitamins, all that stuff. This one I did not know, and it's obvious, right? But donuts, I know we all love them, and little treats now and then can help your mood. But just so you know, donuts have all the wrong kinds of fat. Snow white flour, that sounds like a drug, with little fiber, to slow absorption, and lots of added sugar. So if you must, make them a treat, not a routine. Commit to not eating bad. One thing I like doing is not being hungry. That's a big one for me. Like whenever I'm at home or whenever I'm anywhere, try to not be hungry, because when you're hungry, you're gonna, and listen to me real quick. I know it sounds weird first. Hold on. If you get hungry, you know, you're gonna end up eating whatever's around you. That's why they say don't go to the grocery store hungry. Don't do anything hungry. Plan out everything. You have to have your food management up to, you know, the best. Prioritize that shit. Plan your food accordingly, because yeah, I don't know, like I do it a lot. I know a lot of people do it too. Meal prepping is a huge one. I meal prepped once in my life. I get it. Yeah, it's tough. But I also know how to make fast stuff at my house. I know how to cook real quick. I literally I tried chicken in the air fryer for the first time. And I did my steamed rice while the chicken was cooking. Meanwhile, I had a pan with green beans and broccoli. And then I was using the blender to make myself a banana strawberry milkshake with protein in it. So I literally had everything going at the same time. It looked like a Disney movie, like where everything's moving around and everything's being used, and it looked like freaking Beauty and the Beast in my kitchen. But it was great. I ate so good. I'm so happy right now. I literally finished all of it. I probably shouldn't have ate that much, but I honestly ate a lot of chicken. But my goal is protein right now and less sugar, less fats that are not, that we're not supposed to be eating. I didn't know there was bad fats in donuts. I didn't know there was bad fats in, all these things. You don't know until you start reading everything and, TikTok. I don't know if that's why they were trying to bring it down, but I'm learning so much from literally everything. Um, yeah, but yeah, don't be hungry. You're gonna eat everything around you. It's easy to say yes, to everything around you. If your goal is to be fit, if your goal is to go to the gym a lot, and go to the gym and meal prep, have everything ready. One thing that I also do is I don't buy bad things, because if you buy bad things, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna have If you buy it, you're gonna be like, well, I already bought it. I'm gonna finish this one and then I won't buy it again. And that's always bullshit. Unless you really, 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 uh, are really strong minded. But we're teaching our mind to be strong. So I'm guessing a lot of people are, they're not disciplined. Not a lot of people are disciplined. Um, One thing I used to like to do, and it's not funny actually. I used to imagine I was really, really poor, and all I could eat was good things. And also because, kids, and I showed my son kids that are in poverty and don't have parents and don't, they don't have long to live, and they don't get to have ice cream, they don't get to have all these things, they don't get to have soda, they don't get to have, all these things. And it's honestly like we honestly like overdo it. Like, why the fuck do we have to have McDonald's every single day? Why the fuck do we have to have all these things every single day? We overdo things here, and I don't like it, because there's kids in poverty that didn't ask to be born, and they were just unlucky, and they were born where they're at right now. Um, so I do it for them too. Like, do it for them, do it for yourself. Don't give me the, oh, but I can't give up my donuts. Don't give me that shit. Like, give that shit up, bro. Like, people going through there's people going through it right now, and they don't have any other options. They're legit just, they can't even eat anything. And like, I don't know, food discipline is a huge one. If you're not able to be disciplined in the food, I don't know, you're not gonna love life, and you're not gonna love yourself, you're not gonna love anything about anything, honestly. But let's see. I like Barbara from Shark Tank, what she says, a minute on the lips, forever on the hips. You're gonna thank yourself later if you don't eat, bad stuff. And you actually, have you guys, this is a thing too, like, the serving sizes for everything should be way smaller. And we eat so much, especially like Mexican families, especially like, I know Islanders, I've seen them. I'm friends with a lot of people, but Islanders, they eat a lot. Everybody eats a lot, bro. Like, it's crazy. Um, but the Asian community is usually like, they don't eat that much. That's why you always see them skinny girls, skinny guys. Um, but the Islanders, you see the bigger folks and all that stuff, and some of them are born like that, whatever. But they're just, it's just culture, and I get it. But we need to all, honestly, we all need to slow the fuck down, because we're all gonna run out of food or something. I'm just so like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about the future because of my son. That's mainly like why I do this. Why I try to have, that's mainly why I had a podcast. But anyways, um, don't give in to temporary defeat. That's temporary defeat. If you give in to, literally, this will help you out in so many ways. Don't give in to temporary defeat. Everything is temporary. If you take defeat, and you make it permanent, you're defeated. But I don't know if that makes sense. Just don't give in to the whatever, right? Don't give in. Don't get tempted. That's what I meant. Don't get tempted by the things around you. I get it. When you go, if you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. Yeah, I never have anxiety now, nor depression due to putting in the work where you don't really have to suffer much. Replace the stuff with other stuff. It'll save you money at the end of the day too if you learn how to cook, so you don't have to eat 50 ingredients in one meal. No wonder you have anxiety if you're eating all that, and depression. Do you even know what's in your food? Think about it. What's in your food? What I like to do when I'm out grocery shopping as well, if it has more than 30 or 20 things, I won't buy it. If you go look at the stuff I bought today, literally less than 10, 15. I don't like all those things. It's scary. If you literally go to the grocery store, don't forget this. You're probably gonna forget this, but go to the grocery store, look at the ingredients, and if you don't know what they are, or if they don't make sense, don't buy it. Like, look it up first. Know what you're putting in your body, because it's tough. Like, I know life stuff. Oh, I don't even have money to afford groceries. Now I have to be picky about my groceries. I get it. But you don't have to buy freaking Mountain Dew and Pepsi and all these products in order to be happy and save money, right? No, you don't have to buy those things. You can buy water bottles instead, which water bottles are cheaper as well. And let's not even talk about the plastic in those. But you could also buy a water filter and just drink water for the rest of your life, and maybe milk once in a while, and maybe almond milk or something like that. But yeah, I mainly drink water and protein shakes. That's literally it. Protein shakes, water. Oh, and Gatorade when I'm at the gym. But those are so bad for you as well. Whenever I do drink Gatorade, is only at the gym, only when I'm really, really tired and I drink a lot of water the whole day. But yeah, don't, go to the store, look up every ingredient, literally look them up just for fun. Learn what's in your food. I didn't know red dyes were petroleum. I didn't know all those things, right? But yeah, anyways, meditation. Something I taught about meditation. I remember watching this TikTok, and I do it every single time, and it feels great. Some people can't do it, so if you can do it, it's okay. Go ahead. If you're sitting down somewhere, go ahead and just sit there, or just make sure you're not driving. Make sure you're not, make sure you're in a spot where you're able to sit there for at least 10 minutes. This is one way to meditate. I also forgot about another thing about anxiety, so we'll go back to that. Meditation. So, the guy pretty much said, you close your eyes. And so, if you guys want to do it with me, you can. If not, just watch me. I'm on YouTube right now. But you close your eyes. Now we're going to focus on our body parts. And we're literally going to call them out to ourselves, right? So we're going to say, feel your left pinky on your left foot, right? So we're only going to feel that. What is that feeling? What is it around? What is it? How does it feel? Now you're going to feel the finger next to it, the toe next to it. Unless you got, whatever. You're going to feel the toe next to it. And then you're going to keep going down to your big thumb. Now you're going to go from your big thumb to your heel. And during all this, you're not going to move your body at all, right? So whatever you felt already, leave it there, and you're not going to move it at all. And eventually, literally call out every part, going from your toes all the way to the top of your body. Now we're gonna do it to the right foot, right? Our pinky or the next finger, the next toe, the next toe, the next toe, next to your, on the way to your heel, from the bottom of your foot to your heel, left side, bottom of your toe to your, or sorry, bottom of your foot to your heel. You're gonna feel your calves. You're gonna feel your knees. You're gonna feel what they're feeling. Now we're not moving our legs at all. If you gotta move your legs because you feel weird, move them and then start all over. But now we're gonna go to our thigh, to our glutes, to our butt, to literally our private part. I know I'm silly, but literally your private part, literally everything. That one you're gonna keep to yourself though. You feel me? But we're gonna go up. And now we're gonna feel our stomach. How does our stomach feel? What did we eat today? What did all that stuff? What do we have in there? Up to our chest. Feel your chest right now. And now you're gonna go to your arms. You're gonna put them down, relax them. We're gonna go to our pinkies, our ring fingers on both hands, our middle finger, index, thumb, hand, whole hand. Anyways, you guys get the gist of it. And if you guys are doing it with me, your body should legit be asleep. And we're going to end up going to the top of our mouths, our lips. Feel your lips. What do they feel? All the wind, what did you eat last? What do you taste at the moment? How does your throat feel? My throat feels parched. I need water. I'm going to go get water soon after this. Anyways, what do your ears feel? What do you hear? If you are listening, you hear my voice. You hear the music in the background. You feel your hair. You feel the top of your head, your ears, the back of your head. And little by little, just go back down to your forehead. And then you switch it up to your left foot, to your right foot, and slowly you start breathing in. You're supposed to breathe in with your nose. Your nose is, I can't because I have allergies. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. But anyways, that's one way to meditate, and I love it. And I don't know if you guys find it funny or humorous or whatever to meditate, but that's one way to get rid of anxiety. Feeling your body. You feel your way through it, and you feel everything. You're in control because you can feel it. Whatever, right? Whatever the reason is. But I love it. And basically, when you're meditating, your brain waves are the same as if when you were asleep. But yeah, that's the main thing about it. And so yeah, breathing techniques. This is one huge one that helped me. It's tough with allergies, but we're gonna do the same thing. Breathe in through your nose and you hold for like 5 seconds. Then you let go. And as you're letting go, you're thinking of, I'm letting my anxiety leave my body. It is leaving. But yeah, breathing techniques really help. Please look up breathing techniques. If you have no breathing techniques, that is wrong. You should have breathing techniques. I'm gonna say it the last time, but look them up, because if you don't have any, how are you supposed to be prepared for when you're having an anxiety attack? And usually, anxiety attack likes to hang out with panic attacks. And panic attacks, all of them love asthma, and all of them love hanging out with each other. I have all of them. I have asthma, anxiety. I had depression. I'm getting rid of my anxiety. I'm making better choices, and I hope you guys start making better choices. This is some ways that I deal with anxiety, and that was one day of how I meditate every single time I get the chance. But yeah, try all those things. Careful with the food that you eat. Careful with everything. Yeah, all those things. I know it was a lot of stuff, but honestly, it's not. Once you start learning everything, and you start realizing like it's basically like opening your mind, and you're like, oh, I know what I shouldn't eat anymore. I know all these things now, and you just start doing this subconsciously. But yeah, like I said, everything is a full circle once you start learning everything. I hope everything is helping at least one person is my goal. I hope it's helping one person at least. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, go ahead and rate it a 5 star if you can. Go ahead and follow if you guys are enjoying the content. I will be doing so much more every single. I'm gonna go with a goal. I have a goal because my dad told me about how when he watches podcasts, he likes how they're out once a week at least, and he knows they're coming out every once in a week. But if you make, I mean, I've been pretty good with the podcast, but if you follow a podcast and they're like, oh, we're gonna make one episode, and then a year later they make another one, you're less likely to follow them, right? So at least one episode a week. If I do more, it'll be extra, but I'm gonna be doing one episode a week, no matter what. No matter if someone breaks into my car, no matter if shit happens during life. Because remember, discipline is what keeps us consistent. Consistency is what leads us to success. And success is what leads us to fulfillment. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for everybody who's been following. Thank you guys for everybody. We got our first 5-star rating. I appreciate it. If you haven't watched the last episode of how to be resourceful, I teach a lot, and I basically, it's not even teaching, it's just realizing, being aware of what you're doing with your life, with your time, how to be resourceful with everything. So go check that one out. I did it at work. I was trying to prove a point. I was resourceful while working. I did a podcast while getting paid, right? So anyways, I love you guys. Have a good night. Have a good day. Good morning, whatever, if you're waking up to this. Or if you're going to sleep, good night. I hope you can try to meditate before you go to sleep. Hopefully, I have helped you with your anxiety. If I have, go ahead and like the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube as well. I'm posting on there as well every time I do my podcast. So everything will be up there. Y'all have a good one. Thank you guys.